Welcome to Our Community, Our Money, the Entrepreneur in You. My name is Jermaine Washington, and I'm your host. For today's show, we will meet young teen entrepreneurs from our Teen Biz Camp located at the Southeast Campus. And later in the show, we will highlight another successful entrepreneur, Mr. Edie Ryland. Welcome to our show, Bryce and Gavin. I'm so happy to have both of you here today. I'm going to start out asking Bryce a few questions. So Bryce, tell me, how did you start Vallaire for Men, and what gave you the idea?
Well, I started my business when I was 8 because my sister was a fashion designer, but she really didn't do anything for men. And at one of her events, she had her and her seamstress, they had made some bow ties and some lapel pins. So I thought it was cool, but I didn't pay much thought until she went off to college and my mom got sick. So then I was like, well, my sister had a business, so I could start one too. And I basically know everyone I need to get started. So then I started my business.
So you started your business at 8 years old?
Yes, ma'am.
And how old are you now?
I'm 12.
You're 12 years old, so you have a thriving business. So now that you have your business and you're doing so well, how do you market your business and get the word out about these wonderful bow ties that you have?
Mostly through social media, and then I do face-to-face. I go out and network and build relationships with people in the community, and I just use the connections.
So do you design all of the bow ties yourself and
Yes,
pick out the
ma'am.
colors and the different designs? How do you do that? How do you come up with all these different ideas?
Well, it was kind of easy for me because I just like everything either coordinating, or if it doesn't coordinate, kind of like mix match in a way that looks good. So all kind of like seasonal or holidays or what sells more.
So how much are the bow ties, and how can people get the bow ties from you?
My bow ties are $65, my lapel pins are $20, and then my pocket squares are $35.
Okay. And do you have a website or where they can get the bow ties, or how do they know where to get them from?
You can go to vallaires.com, and then you will see Vallaire for Men, and you can buy my bow ties there.
Okay, well, I'm going to get back with you on a few more questions. So, Gavin, so your company is called Little Big Brownies and Cookies, right? So you tell me, how did you come up with deciding to sell this?
Well, I came up with it because I always used to go to the store and buy the box brownies, and I always liked them. My mom said, "How won't you start a business?" And I started to think about it.
Okay, so you bought box brownies and then you decided to sell the brownies yourself. Do you actually bake the brownies and the cookies yourself?
Yeah, I make my own brownies. I make my own recipe.
How did you learn this recipe? Who taught you this recipe?
Well, I looked up how to make brownies, then I put my own twist to it.
You put your own twist to it. Okay, so how long have you been in business?
Not more than a year.
Not more than a year. And how old are you?
12.
You're 12 years old? Okay. So now I'm going to ask both of you a question that I've been wanting to know about young entrepreneurs such as yourselves. How do you balance the school and all of your schoolwork with your business and stay successful? So I'm going to start with you, Brice. What do you do to make sure that you keep up on your grades and attend school as well as handle your business?
I would say kind of plan out your day, and then basically make sure when you wake up you're organized, because if you don't have a plan throughout the day, then you're going to be like, well, I could put this off for another 30 minutes and do this, or I could do that. So kind of just stay on task, be organized.
And what about you, Gavin?
Same with him. Plan my day out. I see what I need to do, what can I do, or what can I do in advance so I won't have to wait for time, wait for it.
Yeah, so give me an example of a day in the life of Gavin. When you wake up in the morning, what do you get dressed for school? And give me some examples of what you do.
Well, I get dressed for school, I eat, then I get to the house, I have to walk to school, and when I get to school, I go to my classes.
And when do you bake the brownies?
When I get home or when I have free time.
And you package them up, and then, so how do you get the word out about your brownies? What's your marketing? And everything?
I don't have a website yet, but I'm working on that. But I have an Instagram. It's called Little Big Brownies and Cookies, and you can contact for me, and I can make you an order.
Through the Instagram. So you're utilizing social media to sell your product. So now I know that you both are part of the Teen Biz Camp, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
How did you find out about the Teen Biz Camp and get involved in that, Brice?
So my mom, she was involved with HEC through my business, and they kind of sent me an email, and I was like, ooh, this is new. There's not really a lot of these. So I was like, I want to attend. And then whenever we went to like the orientation, it just like, oh yeah, I want to be a part of this.
Wonderful. So has the Teen Biz Camp helped you to grow your business, and has it given you the skills you need to do better in your business?
Yes, it has. It's also exposed me to new information that I didn't know. I didn't know what a business model canvas was. So going through the steps of that kind of made me think of my business more than just something I'm going to do because I like it, more like serious, and then get more involved. And then the gig apps, that was something I didn't know. So.
And what about you, Gavin? How does the Teen Biz Camp help you with your business?
It helped me. It helped me with designing, getting my business out, and like helping me because I really didn't know about business. But my parents are two entrepreneurs, and I asked my mom one day, "Is there like a business camp?" She said, "Yeah." We went to the orientation, and that got me started.
Is this your first time with the Biz Camp?
Yes.
It is. And what types of things do you do at the Teen Biz Camp?
We would take notes, or we have speakers there come there and teach us about like their business and what they do.
Okay. And what type of speakers do you feel like influenced you, Brice, so far?
Probably the ones who either brought something there or kind of made it more relatable. Something that something that will hit you in a certain place that makes you say, well, what he's talking about is the truth. Not something that's going to make you go to sleep in the back of the class. It's just going to be like, oh, okay.
Well, listen, Brice and Gavin, I want to thank you so much for being our guest today, and I really want to keep up with you and find out more about your businesses later. But thank you so much for being here. So when we return from our break, we will continue this conversation with two more young entrepreneurs about their businesses and their experiences with the Teen Biz Camp. Also, I want to remind everyone to check out our Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Businesses program under the Entrepreneurial Initiatives Department, who will be having new cohorts in 2020. You can get all of this information on this program at our website, which is hccs.edu/smallbusiness. This program continues to move forward towards its goal to help 10,000 small businesses. See if you qualify. We'll be right back.
This is Mack. She's ready to build herself a house and a business. But first, she's building her resume with a construction certification from Houston Community College. HCC, for everyone, anytime.
Did you know that Houston Community College has the largest enrollment of online community college students in the United States? Hi, I'm Paul Calhoun. The HCC Online College proudly enrolls over 20,000 students. We offer more than 30 online degree and certificate programs, as well as online student services, including admissions, advising, counseling, and technical support. HCC Online College, anywhere, anytime. For more information, visit our website, hccs.edu/online.
back to Our Community, Our Money, the entrepreneur in you. I would like to welcome Courtney Harding and Swazi Gurnell to the show. Welcome, Courtney. Welcome, Swazi. I'm so thankful that you're here today with us. So I'm going to start with Courtney. Courtney, you have a hair company called Lexeuse Hair. Lexeuse? Lexeuse.
Yes,
Can you
ma'am.
tell me what that means?
Lexeuse is actually French for luxurious, and I wanted to name my company Lexeuse because I want everyone to know that they can be luxurious and that they can also feel that way too.
Oh, wow. I love that tagline. So tell me, how did you come up with this company and how did you decide to sell hair and what made you decide to do that?
Yes, ma'am. So I've always had a passion for hair. I always like to do my own hair. Ever since I was little, I'd always play with my hair and my barrettes and hair ties and stuff like that. So when I found out that I can do other people's hair and make them feel beautiful and find out the deeper parts of hair, like why we use certain hair products and the different hair textures, I was really interested in. That's why I wanted to start my business.
Wow. So how old are you?
I'm 16 years old.
So you're 16. What age did you start your company?
I recently started my company actually this summer.
You started at your company this summer.
Yes,
okay.
ma'am.
So when you do your company, it's not just about the luxuriousness. You're also, sounds like to me, about the health of the hair as well.
Yes, ma'am.
So how did you determine that you wanted to do health and beauty?
Because my hair, when I was younger, I wasn't knowledgeable about my own hair texture, what products to use, how to treat it. So it's become damaged through the years. So I want to prevent that or help prevent it by teaching other young girls about their specific hair texture.
Wonderful. So how are you marketing your hair company?
I market my hair company through social media. And I go to a lot of teen girl events, to empowerment events and things of that nature.
So what are your products in your hair company? What are you actually selling?
So I sell hair services. So I do natural hair specifically. I shampoo and press and blow dry.
So you're like a stylist as
Yes,
well.
ma'am.
So how did you learn how to do hair at such an early age?
Practicing, I have to practice on myself, and my mom lets me do her hair, and currently I'm in cosmetology school.
Wow. So how are you balancing this business life with your school life at such a young age?
Well, sometimes it can be difficult, like prioritizing, should I go to the football game or should I go do something for my business? So I always think to myself and I try to think like what's gonna benefit me in the long run, like not right now.
That's so wonderful. So now I'm gonna start talking to you, Swazi. So what's your company name? G Images for Life? Can you
Yes.
tell me what that means?
G Images for Life was a combination because of my and my grandfather's business, G Images, and I knew I couldn't take that, so I wanted to add something that brought in the audience and also popped out.
So can you give our audience a little bit more of what G Images for Life is exactly?
G Images for Life is a multimedia company that provides photography, video production,
I see.
and editing.
Now, are you doing the actual photography or do you hire people to do the photography?
I'm actually doing it.
So you're a photographer as well. So
Yes, ma'am.
how did you learn how to do photography at such a young age?
Actually, I started off at 10 years old, taking pictures and video of my mom singing. And so I liked it a lot. And I said, why couldn't I start my own business?
Okay, so are you on social media? How do you market this business? Are you out in the community? How do people know about your company?
I market by social media, word of mouth, and different events. Like I go to events and talk about my business.
Do you have a website where people can request your services
Yes.
as well? What is the website called?
My website is gimagesforlife.com.
Okay, and what's your website called?
I currently do not have a website, but I am on Instagram at
Okay.
Hair by Kourtni.
Hair by Courtney. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So now I want to ask you, you are in Teen Biz Camp, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So how do you feel about Teen Biz Camp and how is it helping you develop your business even more, Courtney?
Teen Biz Camp really helped me this summer because it broadened my view about the entrepreneurial side of businesses, because for me, I wasn't really communicating with adults on a mature level, or I didn't know how to, and it really helped me be able to.
Wow, that's excellent. And what about you, Swazi? What did the Teen Biz Camp do for you and your business?
So I've done a cohort on business before, but I wasn't able to interact with other youth, and so I liked the Teen Biz Camp because I was able to actually learn new things and understand them as a youth perspective.
Wonderful. So, Kourtni, for the future of Lexeuse Hair, what is the future for the company? Where do you want to go with the company? What else do you want to do for the company? What's your big dreams and goals?
So I want to go to college, so I will continue to do hair while I'm in college, but after college I would like to open my own salon and be able to let other stylists come in and work there. And I want to make sure that they're implementing the education part of the hair, because a lot of people are not knowledgeable about their hair texture, and that's why it gets damaged so easily, or they think they found a quick way out, but it's really they're not protecting. So I just want to make sure that the education is there.
Okay, and what about you, Swazi? Where do you see G4 Images going in the future?
I would like to have a studio based in Houston, and also have be able to have studios all over the state in order to produce income, and also have a lot of clients all over the area.
Okay, okay. And are you going to continue to work with the Teen Biz Camp and do
Yes.
things with the Teen Biz Camp?
Yes.
Did they teach you to do a business plan or any of those type of things as well?
Yes, ma'am. We learned about the business model canvas this summer.
Okay, and
Yes.
did it help you? Did you utilize that in your everyday business?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, a lot.
Okay. Well, listen, thank you, Kourtni. Thank you so much, Swazi. I really appreciate both of you being
Thank
here
you.
today,
Thank you.
and I look forward to seeing your businesses soar. So, the Entrepreneurial Initiatives Department has so many unique areas under its department to reach students, communities, and entrepreneurs. The Teen Biz Camp is happening right now at the Southeast Campus. They meet on Mondays from 6 to 8 and on Saturdays from 11 a.m. to 1. If you would like to be a part of the Spring 2020 Teen Biz Camp, please contact Ms. Crystal Victoria by email. Also, remember that our corporate college is in partnership with the Texas Workforce Commission, and they provide funding opportunities through the Skills Development Fund and the Skills for Small Business program that can be used to train employees at no cost to you. This information can be found on our website at hccs.edu/smallbusiness. You should definitely check it out. We'll be right back.
Meet Katerina. She has lofty goals to learn English and accounting. So she's studying for 2 degrees at Houston Community College, which means she's going all the way to the top. HCC, for everyone, anytime. Meet Bethel. She has a passion for fashion and a need to succeed. So she's going for 2 associate's degrees at Houston Community College, fashion design and merchandising. HCC, for everyone, anytime.
Welcome back, everyone. In this segment, we will be speaking to Mr. Edie Ryland, a real estate entrepreneur, CEO, and author of the book entitled The Secrets to Building a Successful Minority-Owned Company. He will tell us how he got started and offer some useful tips to all of you budding entrepreneurs. Hello, Mr. Ryland.
Hello.
Thank you so much for being here.
Happy to be here.
Thank you. So the first question I wanted to ask you is, how did you get started becoming a mogul real estate entrepreneur? How did you get your start?
Great question. So, you know, when I moved to Houston in 1980, I was reading the newspaper and there was an ad that talked about, come out, buy this property, you're going to get rich. So, you know, I thought I would get rich. The worst mistake I ever made.
Oh my God.
So as a result of making that terrible mistake, I started to do a lot of education around real estate. And I had taken so many classes and have done so much education around real estate, I decided I'd go ahead and get my license. But at the time I was working for the state of Texas and they happened to have had a layoff, and I was one of the people who were laid off. And so I just got into action with my real estate license and started practicing real estate from that point on. So I worked for a couple residential firms, and then I opened up my own company and we started focusing purely on commercial real estate. So I got into real estate by accident, really. I mean, not really knowing what the heck I was doing and deciding that if you want to know something or get involved in something, you really have to educate yourself, and then the opportunities will come to you.
So your layoff ended up being a blessing to you for success because it made you go out and build your own wealth.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
So is commercial real estate more profitable than residential, and that's why you chose to move towards the commercial side?
That's a great question. When I was doing residential, I was pretty successful in residential. I mean, I was top producer, top sales, and all that kind of stuff. But I think you have to look at what fits your personality and what fits your knowledge level and level of expertise. And so for me, commercial real estate is more business to business. When I was doing residential, it's more consumer based. You know, people want to know about carpet and tile in school districts and neighborhoods. When you're talking about commercial real estate, you're really talking about how you're going to impact the bottom line. So you move from talking to perhaps wives and fathers to talking to CEOs, CFOs, CIOs, and the C-suite people on commercial real estate. That was more in line with my my level of expertise and my desire and my personality. So commercial real estate just seemed to fit more for me. Now, when you look at the commercial real estate transactions, yes, indeed, the size of those transactions are larger than the size of residential transactions. So if you equate that to more financial success, commercial real estate will tend to lend toward more bigger financial success.
Wonderful. So I see that you have the real estate commercial down. I also see that you've written a book. And I want to ask you, what made you decide to become an author and write this book?
Yeah, so folks have been asking me for years, you know, how have you been able to be successful in an industry that is tremendously underrepresented by people of color, and an industry that is extremely competitive? And I thought about that. I've been in business now for over 37 years, and when they asked that question, I said, well, hell, how have I done it? And it caused me to start thinking about, the things that I've done to be successful. And then I did further research, which really got my attention. When I started looking at the research behind entrepreneurs, specifically minority entrepreneurs, I found this out, and these are the facts. There are about 8 million minority-owned entrepreneurs in this country. 2.6 African Americans, about 3.2 Hispanic, and the rest are Asians. And when I did further digging, I found the statistics around the revenue for these entrepreneurs, which is shocking to me. The average revenue for an African American entrepreneur is $58,000 a year.
Wow.
The average revenue for a Hispanic entrepreneur is about $167,000 a year. The average revenue for an Asian entrepreneur is about $324,000 a year. But when you look at the average revenue of a non-minority entrepreneur, it's $558,000 a year. So I asked the question, why? Why is there such a disparity from a minority entrepreneur to non-minority entrepreneur, from $58,000 a year for an African American to $558,000 a year for non-minority? And I came to the conclusion that most minority-owned entrepreneurs are first-generation entrepreneurs. So we have not had the benefits of having the secrets of how to build a successful minority-owned company passed down to us. And I said, that's where I want to focus on. These secrets to building a successful minority-owned company can make the difference between a $58,000 a year entrepreneur and a $558,000 entrepreneur. And I spent a year traveling across the country, interviewing other successful minority-owned entrepreneurs, and I asked them one single question. What do you think it takes to build a successful minority-owned company? And I got a fountain of wisdom and knowledge and strategies and tactics on how to do that. I incorporated all of that wisdom with my own thoughts around that, and we created this book, The Secrets to Building a Successful Minority-Owned Company.
Wow, wonderful. So now, what is one secret that you want to share out of the book so that our viewers will know they need to run right out and get this book? Can you give me one?
I can't give you one. Let me give you, because here's what the readers have told me, and we're getting such tremendous feedback on the book. I'll give you three quick, because I can't just pick one right now. So the top three that they tell me, there's three chapters in the book that I would point out. The first one is only $35 to my name. It talks about, as an entrepreneur, we always have to keep on a good face. We always have to think positive and talk about, how successful things are going. When in reality, we may be on the verge of going out of business. What do you do when you get down to having just $35 in your pocket? You got to run a business, got to run a family. Talk about how you can do that. The next one is from the 11th floor to the lobby. So we talk about, how you can miss an opportunity by not necessarily being, being focused and paying attention to the opportunities that's there. So the book, to me, the $35, only $35 to my name
is the one that they really need to focus on.
The one that folks talk a lot about, yeah.
Okay, so listen, Ed Ryland, thank you so much for giving us all of this valuable information to all of our viewers out there. I really appreciate having you on our show today. So, of course, I would like to thank all of my guests today. And I would also like to share this tip for future entrepreneurs. Surround yourself with like-minded entrepreneurs that share the same desire to succeed that you do. You become who you surround yourself with. So, select wisely. Thanks for watching Our Community, Our Money, The Entrepreneur in You. See you next time.